Hey, it's Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio. And if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music's channel. And we like to support our local artists and bands. And today's video, we're going to be interviewing Jon Wan. He's one of my buddies. He's a local guy. This is his second time on here. He was here with another band. Now he's here with his solo project, which is, I think, even better and badder. Um, we're going a little unscripted tonight because I usually do an outline and everything like that, and I always feel like it goes a little bit better when I don't do that. And Jon Wan, I known him for a couple years now, and he's very talkative, very great guy, very good character, and he will chat it up in here. So I don't think we need any of these little questions. And if you guys want to bring out your questions, we would appreciate that. This is episode number 31. I can't believe it's already 31 episodes I've done. Um, so let's get started. Also, if you want to see more interviews like this, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, hit that like button, just smash it for me because more likes we get, more the bands will get, recognition and stuff like that. And that's what this is about. And Scott Reeves is in here. He's our moderator, and hopefully, pretty soon he will be on here as well with me interviewing these bands. We just got him at Interface for Christmas, so ask these questions in the chat window, and we will get them answered. And we'll bring that up again a little bit later when there's more people in here. So I can't wait to bring Jon Wan in here. So I'm going to unmute him, and I'm going to bring him in.
Woo!
That might have been the best intro I've ever done, and it was unscripted. It was just real right there.
What's the word? Rolls off the tongue, man. It felt natural.
That was a lot better, man. I need to do that every time.
I love that. That was great.
Hey, Scott, let us know how our volumes are and everything.
Hey, Scott, what's up?
So, man, the most important question of the night. How's Cody doing?
Cody's great, man. Cody's doing a great job. She is she's in the back. Hey, Cody. You're probably not watching. You're probably watching MasterChef or something. You probably watch it later. But she's doing great, man. She's doing a great job. She we're coming up on like what would it be, 8 or 9 months since she got sick, and she's not using her wheelchair other than to go grocery shopping, places where we got to walk for a long time, anything like that. And her words are getting better every single day. She's just killing it, man. They graduated her to 2 days a week of therapy now instead of the 5 that we were doing. So she's doing great, man. That's everybody's love and kindness at work, man. Honestly.
Awesome. Scott's giving the big thumbs up.
Woo!
All right, man. Let's talk. You've been on this channel before, and you and I probably talk weekly, I would think.
Oh yeah.
Via chat. We've never actually met in person with each other. We need to do that. You're a couple hours from me, but we need to make that happen.
In the grand scheme of things, we're not too far apart.
No. So we need to make that happen. But so let's talk about this solo project you got. So when did this start?
I decide, well, okay, it's the story, right? You buy you an interface and then you're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna record a record or whatever. And I'd been recording stuff for a while, just kind of trying to learn how and do all that. And then last year I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna write and record a song a month. And I can't believe I did it. I honestly can't believe I saw it through. And I put them out on Spotify, and I went from like getting 3 plays of a year to ever how many it got now. Somehow or another, it picked up, and it's really cool. One of the songs got picked up for a movie coming up, and I'm not sure that I'm supposed to say that, but yeah, that's super cool. It was that song that JR, Jonathan Robinson, played guitar on, that Pall Mall Blues.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's actually super cool. It's a documentary about a guitar shop. I guess I can say that.
Cool. How'd you meet how did you meet him? He's a great guy too, and I've done an interview with him as well. And
Yeah, he's good, man. He I it was crazy. I had watched their casino guitars on YouTube for like forever. I had been watching them, and then my buddy Chris at Ruth Guitars was like, "Hey, do you know this guy? I'm talking to him, thinking about building him a guitar." And I was like, "No shit. I watched that dude like every day, and we just got to talking, and we still talk pretty often, man. He's a good dude. He's a really good guitar player, and he's like an even better dude. I'll say like when Cody got sick, there were only like a handful of people that like. I'm not saying like that a handful of people that wrote me, but there were a lot of people that wrote me, but a handful of people that seemed genuinely concerned. One was you, and one was him, and I was like, damn, man, that's cool. These guys care enough. Like our online friendship is enough to check in on something like that. So that's super cool.
yeah, and he actually, when I interviewed him, he brought up your whole situation on air,
Oh, that's wild.
live, and we talked about it and stuff like
Oh, that's
that.
crazy.
So,
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure we did. If we didn't do it live, we did it, behind the scenes. But
Yeah,
we were
that's my.
definitely we were thinking about you and Cody.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You want to say anything else about that? Any shout outs or anything?
I just love everybody that sent us love and affection, and I want to say thank you to my friend Lindsay for hooking her up with that GoFundMe. That really helped us out and lowered that gigantic hospital bill. I bet you can imagine how much it costs to go to the hospital in 2022.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
Yeah, Stacy just was in the hospital on Christmas Day, and
Oh no.
luckily, we're blessed. It was only an overnight stay, and then we only missed one day of our vacation. But I'm not looking forward to that bill, of course.
No. Yeah, seriously. It's like I looked at I had to get an itemized report to turn into insurance after we got insurance, and it's something like $90 every time they gave her a Tylenol. I'm like, oof, oof, we're in the wrong business. We need to own a hospital.
Don't you wish you could get like $90 for every string change?
For real, man. Every time I break one, it's $90. Just pop them off. Pop, pop, pop.
Awesome. All right, well, let's talk about this album that you just released. And obviously, you've been doing this whole thing where you've been releasing like a single a month, just about, on average.
Yeah.
And then you combined everything into an album. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's super cool, man. I never ever intended it to be an album. I just wanted it to be like something to take my year up. And I was like, well, shit, man, you've got 12 songs here, and it's like 50 minutes worth of music. Why don't you? Because I've never had like a full on. I was in a band in like 2009 that put a record out, but I was a very small part of that band, and I've never had like a full on record other than that. I was like, yeah, man, let's just do it and see about it. And I don't know, I really don't know how, but people listen to it, and it makes me feel so happy. Makes me feel so good because I mean these it was just a riff journal, right? It was just something to do, and somehow or another people like it, and I'm thankful. I think that's humbling, man. That's crazy cool.
Yeah. And how many singles are on that? I mean, how many songs?
There's
Let's see.
13 songs on the record because I put that Pall Mall Blues on there, but we recorded that in 2021, I believe, maybe 2020, something like that. There's 13 songs on there, and they're not. I thought about putting them in like the order that they released or whatever, but it didn't flow right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just put them in order that I would want to listen to a rock record. Do you see the little tag on the album cover? It says whatever it is. It's like 10 rock songs and 2 love songs or whatever. Something stupid.
Was there any on here that you didn't release as singles, or they're all the singles and then that combined it into the album?
Let's see. I think those were all singles. I
Yeah,
think,
with the
yeah,
plays you had on, they gotta be all single, yeah.
I think they were all singles. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you
Wow,
put a
those
little. You
numbers,
put
man.
even a little country. You called it country song too. It was your one and only country song, but it was pretty good.
Right, I love country music. Country music's so hard to play, man. It's so hard to play. I've been playing with a dude. His name's Nathan Melton, and he's from South Carolina. I play lead guitar in his band. I've kind of slowed that down since Cody got sick. But bro, trying to learn how to play country lead guitar, shit. You better hit the finger, Jim, because that stuff's hard to do, man.
You get that every little bit. Chicken picking and a
Oh,
little bit. Of
ridiculous.
cool.
Yeah.
So what's your latest and greatest equipment?
Oh man, isn't that the thing? Like we got gear. Gear is always the thing. Like why don't we just start a gear channel, right? We'll talk about gear all the time.
So
Um,
you got that origin behind you. I got a funny story about that. All right. So it's not your origin, but so I'm in Guitar Center a couple months ago, and um I'm wasting some time because I had to be somewhere. I had to pick Parker up from baseball
mhm.
in Kennesaw. So I'm at like the Kennesaw Guitar Center and I'm just hanging out and I'm looking at guitars and amps. And then I'm like, you know what? We need a new bass because all we have is this like little micro bass
Yo,
that
yeah,
Rylan had. I want to get a real bass, like a real full length bass.
yeah.
So I'm looking at that. And all of a sudden I hear this song. I'm like, I know that song. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the Relics. Like,
Oh,
and they're a local band, and it's
yeah.
like, who's playing the Relics in freaking Guitar Center on a guitar? So I walk over to like where the guitars and amps are, and it was Joseph, and he's in there playing his song at
That's
Guitar
pretty
Center.
sweet.
It would have been even better if it was like some random dude,
Right,
but,
right. Just
right,
some
right.
dude.
But he was looking at Origin. He bought it that night.
Yeah, the origins are cool, man. They're like they're not very expensive. They're made in Vietnam, however you want
Yeah.
to say it. And they're really cool. I see a lot of people online call them like budget plexi tones, but to me it doesn't sound anything like a plexi. It's just like it's more of like a Fender amp to me. It's got that super duper shimmering clean, and it's got a little bite to it too if you want it to do that. But like if you want to make it growl like a Marshall, you got to drive it some way. I put a Klon clone in front of it to make that happen. Those things are cool. They're like, what are they? They're like $500 brand new.
The Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20 watts are, I think.
This,
Everything's escalated recently.
yeah.
Have you tried any of the Marshall mini
Well,
series?
no, but I really want to, like the SV20 or whatever.
I think that's what Scott, is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like the studio series where you got the JCM 800 and there's the
Yeah.
vintage and then
There's
they
a
had the Jubilee?
Yeah, there's a Silver Jubilee too. That's the one I want, man. I want to try that one out
Yeah.
bad.
So the difference between the 800 and the Jubilee, basically, they're the same thing, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the Jubilee's got an extra like overdrive, pretty much.
So it's got like an extra gain stage or something. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
got
I
a
think
little
it's got a
more.
push pull on it. I think
Okay.
I haven't played it,
Okay.
but my brother's got a JCM 800 100
Woo.
from like the 80s, like
Yeah.
original, and it's like badass, but it's just
Oh,
way
of
too
course,
loud.
man.
You can't get anything out of it because it's so freaking loud.
100 watts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just so loud. The JCM 800 I have, it's from the 80s, but it's a combo amp, and it's only 50 watts, and it's got a master volume on it. So like it's still you still have to, like, if you want it to really, like, if you want to feel it in your chest, you got to get the master volume up above noon. But other than that, like if you just want to sit around and hang out and play your amp, then you can do that with this one. It's super cool. 50 watts is a lot of amp, man.
Yeah, but yours is two channel, right?
Yes, it's the two channel.
Yeah, yeah. My brother's is 100 watt one. Well, it might be two channel.
You
I
got
can't remember.
the one that
Scott
you
might
got a
re-
dime.
Scott might remember, but it's either one or it doesn't matter. It's 100 watt.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like the one behind me, it's a 60 watt
Is that the
two
the
channel.
900?
That's 2000.
Oh, oh yes. Those are
So
awesome
remember, we were
too.
going to do that. So
That's right.
John and I are going to do a shootout of his 800 and my 2000.
Find somebody with a 900 and we'll just do the whole series.
That's right. What I've
Oh,
heard though
cool.
is like the 2000 is pretty much like the 800 and the 900 combined.
Yeah, yeah. So I had a friend right out of high school that had a 2000, and I remember it being like, and I was young, man, so I really didn't know what I was like looking at and listening for, but I remember it being like the gainiest amp in the house. Like it was, and he had like Mesas in there. He had Voxes and Fenders too, but like those are not very gainy. I remember that JCM 2000 being the maniac, right?
Right. Now the Origin is not as gainy as the 800, right?
No, nowhere near. It does. It's one channel, and it does have a master volume and like a gain knob.
Mhm.
But even with the gain maxed out, it's just like a I don't know how to put like an overloaded Fender maybe. It's not gainy at all.
Right.
Um, it's I'd even say like this is a JTM 45, and it's not very gainy either. I did have it modded, uh, so it's like it's got that what they call the Jose mod or whatever. So it's got a little extra in it. But before that, I would say that it was even less gainy than this thing, and that's a very clean amp. You know, the JTM 45 is based on the Fender Bassman.
Oh, is it? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's funny. And
that's
then
crazy, man.
but the Plexi's based on that too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the JMPs and like the super leads and stuff. There's just so many of them, man.
Yeah.
I just learned about what was it called, the Marshall Major. It's like 200 watts.
Well,
Richie Blackmore used one.
what's funny is they like, so you had the Fender Bassman, right? And then
Yeah,
Marshall cloned it,
yeah.
and then Fender came out with was it the Blues Breaker? No,
Yeah.
no.
Mm.
Who came?
The Blues Breaker is a bassman in a smaller combo. Didn't they made that for Eric Clapton so he could like fit it in the trunk of his car.
Right, but
Right?
that's actually a Marshall though.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right. But
Yeah.
then Fender came out with something recently that it's supposed to like clone it the other way. You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's a
like
Fender.
it's like
Uh,
Fender's version of the Marshall, which is Marshall's version of the Fender. Is that
yes,
what
exactly. They just keep like copying each other.
I don't care, man. I want to play it.
That's right. All
Oh,
right.
that's awesome.
Well, before we get too far, you want me to play your single real quick?
Oh yeah, man. I go for it. I've heard it a lot, but there might be somebody out there that hadn't heard it.
That's right.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
And some reason I just noticed recently that when I do play people's singles on there, like the videos get more play. I don't know why, but it's
Yeah,
just
of course it does. That's awesome.
all right. So let's do that, and then we'll talk some more gear and music and writing and all that good stuff.
This is
You want
lots
to
of.
talk about this sing? I mean, we can play your new single, or we can play something else. What would you rather
I
play?
I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot that Ghost Surreal came out today, so I haven't said anything about it. But
Wait,
yeah,
you had back to back weeks with music coming out.
I just they were bogging down the memory on my computer, so I was like, I need to put these out. So
Which one you want to go with?
let's play that "Treat Me Like Your Man." I'm not.
All
It hasn't had time to marinate yet, right?
right. All right. All right. I'm going to mute you so there's
Okay.
no like. Why is it not playing? Oh, why is it not playing? I never had that happen.
Why?
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 That's weird. Let me
Rock,
close it. Let me
rock that
close
salt.
it. Oh, now everybody can see my desktop. Oh my gosh. So how long man, I just can't believe you just came out with an album and now you're already releasing music.
I just
Eh,
thought, man, if I stop putting it out every month, then I'm gonna lose momentum. So I might as
Right.
well keep going every single month.
All right, this program is tripping me up because now all right, stop sharing. All right.
Why?
Well, that's so weird. It will not play that song.
It just knows. It's like, well, we don't want to overload everybody with rock and roll. We don't want to like just kill them with the rock,
All
bro.
right, Scott's saving us. All right. SRV
Oh,
used a major for clean tones.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I knew that he used a what's it called? Country club or something, town and country, Marshall Town and Country. Um, whatever it is, it's like Marshall's version of a tweed amp. That goes back to that Marshall trying to be Fender and Fender trying to be Marshall thing, right?
Right. All right, I got it to work somehow. I'm sorry,
Woo!
guys. I'm sorry, guys. For all the couple people that are in here. No, there'll be more that always listen to this afterwards.
We'll make you wait for it. That's how you know it's good.
That's right. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Sharing that screen. We can do the infinity thing where I share the other screen.
It just keeps going.
That's right. All right, here we go. All right, so
Whoa!
something must have been screwed up because Scott was saying he didn't hear any audio.
Oh, well, luckily you can always hear it at spotify.com/Jon Wan or whatever.
That's right, and I'll edit that part out. I can always crop stuff out of this.
Fix it in post.
I just can't add stuff. That's weird that didn't work because it should be working.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I never heard anything. I heard your mic, but I was like, well, that's maybe just what it is.
Oh, sorry.
No, weird.
I screwed that up.
Bro, the way that song comes in, isn't it like a truck? Just
Yeah, it's awesome.
so heavy.
That's Scott saying, texting me. Scott's all over it, man. He's like in the message thing. He's like, yeah, I'll in post. I'll edit that out.
He's like
But
the super producer of the show.
that's right. He does better than I do, and he's in the background.
It's awesome.
You and Scott would get along talking gear and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah. So all right, let's talk about that guitar that you got a guitar that you started modifying and stuff, that Les Paul.
Oh, yes. How crazy! I have it right here.
Wow, imagine that. And we didn't even talk about it.
So I bought this guitar from a friend right after the pandemic started, and I was like, okay, it's cool, blah 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 blah. But I didn't like love it. You know, there were things that were wrong with it. The tuners were real crappy, and there was just like the pickups were real crappy. The hardware was real crappy. And one day I was just like, you can fix all that, because I had just been putting this guitar on my wall and never playing it.
Right.
I was like, well, you can fix all that. You surely people that can do that. And I just got the stuff and I sent it to Chris at Ruth Guitars, and these pickups are these are the sauce, bud. These are they're made by Righteous Sound Pickups. I'm not sure where they're from, but Chris is like apparently in with them really good. And they're called the Gold Tooth, man, because they got one gold screw right there. It's freaking sick.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're bad, man. They're bad to the bone. And I put some of these like locking tuners on it, Go Toe, whatever, and some kind of crazy super duper bridge and tailpiece. And I can't stop playing this guitar now. I feel so bad because for the longest time, that brown one, I told everybody, I was like, bro, the brown Les Paul is cheaper and it sounds 100 times better than the super duper Les Paul. And now it's hanging on the wall. You know what I mean? Like, this thing is bad to the bone, man.
So Scott's asking, is that a lemon burst?
I think it's what they call like a maybe a sweet tea burst. I'm not sure. It's a little darker than it looks on camera right now, I guess. I took the Cody said she liked it with the pick guard off, so I took the pick guard off. But yeah, those lemon bursts are pretty sweet. Golly, what a pretty guitar. Chris found a poker chip that says Kiss Rocks. And I mean, that's got to be the next thing I get for it, man.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to figure out why the audio didn't play, but I guess it doesn't matter. We'll you know, it saves me a copyright strike. No.
Yeah. What was it? Mothership Studios Records start handing them out. They make you put that in when you're like putting your stuff on Spotify. They're like, "What record label is this?" And I didn't want to put like your mom's record label or something like that.
That's where that came from?
I mean, I guess, man. I just for the longest time, man, we were like, well, we're Space Angels and all our stuff comes from the mothership, so wouldn't we call where we record and release all our stuff the mothership? And that's kind of like how that started. And I've just left it because, like, honestly, my business cards say that on there, and I want to change it to like at Jon Wan or something like that, Jon Wan and the Smartphone Band or something. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see.
Is there? I know we didn't talk about this in you know, the pre-show, the tailgating, but is there any chance that comes back at all?
Oh, it's me and Todd were talking about that the other day. It's like Space Angels doesn't ever really die. They just sleep awful late. So like we're all like BFFs. We're all like best friends. And the fact that were like playing music and stuff, like that was just like a bonus. We're still like best friends. We still got the group chat that says Space Angels, and we're still in it like every day. Me, admittedly, less so here lately. But I got a crazy schedule, bud. I get a pass. So
that's right.
So yeah, man, that's the thing. Like that'll always be a thing. Matter of fact, how crazy, right?
That's awesome. No, you had a couple good songs there too.
Yeah.
So, but
that's awesome. Makes me feel great.
So what's so you got 2 singles out already, and I haven't heard the second one yet. So what's the plan for this year? You going to have one after another again?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to release them on the first Friday of every month. And I've already got the first 4 done. And I'm just waiting. April is a cover. The 4th one is a cover. And I told Todd this the other day. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but this is the coolest thing I've ever done, honestly. So mark your calendar for April.
April.
Yeah.
And it's a secret, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure I'll hit it out. It's crazy. This I haven't done my pick yet for Friday. You know, yeah. It's weird how I do it. Like I just drag my feet on it. Like Friday's songs come out, and then like Thursday comes, and I'm like, shit, I got to do it because tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
But oh my God, there's some monster hits this Friday. So,
oh man, that's where I get all my like new local music from, is like seeing what makes your pick, man. Like, and you also do that thing where it's like a list of ever how many it is, 5, 10 or whatever. I'm like, hell yeah, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know any new music at all. The newest thing I would know is you know, whatever came out in the year 2003.
Right.
You know?
Somebody's asking questions about me, but this is about the artist that I'm doing. But I'm doing great, man. Thank you, Kofar like Bricks. He's got a Lego like, you know, YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. My kids follow his stuff and stuff.
I'm into that. That's super cool.
But yeah, man, that guitar is awesome. So, you have any other gear you picked up recently? So what? Okay, so when you record your stuff, what do you've been doing more real amps, or you've been doing more digital
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like a healthy mix of however I feel that day. Um, uh, like for instance, that song we just listened to. I believe the lead guitar is the JCM 800, and the rhythm guitars are a plug-in. But yeah, it's just a mix of however how I feel that day. There's some pretty convincing like plugins in the internet there. Um, who is it? Amplitude or whatever. I had like a free trial of theirs for a while, and it had like a slash pack or whatever.
Right. That I have
Woo!
that. I have that, and I've been trying to show Scott that, and I was like, couldn't show it to him. Now that I have this new interface that's supposed to do loop back, except for tonight.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I can show that off a little bit.
No, that's super cool. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then like my trial ran out, and I'm like,
Wait,
you
wait,
can do
wait,
so
wait.
much.
The slash pack was only a trial?
Well, I had like only the trial of Amplitude itself, or
Okay.
whatever it's called. What is that called?
Okay.
Guitar
I
Rig
bought
or
the
whatever.
slash pack where it was like $29.99. I got
Yeah,
and it was normally like $100 and I got, but it came with some other stuff too.
yeah, that's actually not
Uh
bad.
so
$30,
Scott's what mics are you using on your cabs?
just 57s. I've got uh, I've got one. I've got one 57 and one like where is it? It's like PV's version of a 57. I stole it from the radio station, but don't tell them. I just use those. Um, I think that that's how they used to do it, right?
Right.
So,
No, 57, like you can do everything with 57.
mm-hmm.
All right, congratulations on your
Hey,
600 subs, bud.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, you were way below me. Now you are surpassed me. Good job.
600. That's a lot. That's a whole lot, man.
um, yeah, 57s. Yeah, you can pretty much do. I mean, you can even do bass drums with the 57 if
Yeah,
you really had to.
yeah. We have a set of drum mics around here somewhere. But even when we were recording like real drums, I was like, I don't know, man. I think the 57 sounds really good on a snare drum too, man. Bottom of a snare with a 57. I think that's magic sauce.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's my little hiccup is like I want Parker to play drums on some of my tracks where I do like the videos, of like
yeah,
products and stuff like that. But I don't have any mics for the drums really. I got one 57. That's it. So I need
yeah.
to
I
get
mean, you'd be surprised with what you can get out with one mic. I watched a video of them like whoever it was, whatever YouTube channel doing like, okay, well, we're trying to recreate this iconic drum sound with one mic, and I mean, they did it, you know.
yeah.
No.
Scott saying I love the PV version, PVM 45, I think.
Yeah, I think is it white? I got it around here somewhere. It's actually missing the head. So,
Well,
but I think
I have a cheap PV mic that I bought that I mic'd to amp with back when I first started this channel, and it sounded great. And
yeah,
like I want to remake it with the 57 because it's probably like better, but it's
yeah,
like it sounded great. Like
yeah,
if it sounds good, who cares?
exactly. That's the thing. I love like the fact that like you can make something sound awesome with just the cheapest stuff, man. Um, I the little interface I've got, it's like a audio box USB. It was like $100, and then like whatever for vocals, this little AKG. Like I also use this to record commercials for the radio station. So I was like, okay, I'll get a decent vocal mic. But other than that, bro, like you can do whatever you want with the cheapest stuff, man. It's awesome.
So have you heard you did that guitar giveaway that one time? You hear anything more about that? The guy loved that guitar or anything
Yeah,
or
man. I've known Jesse for a long time since we were in like high school and stuff, and the craziest thing is like he doesn't even play the guitar. You know what I mean? So I talked to like Ray, because Ray was gonna go give it to him, and I was like, "What do you think, man? Can you just like convince him to leave it? Because it was hot rodded, man. It was hot rodded with whatever crazy righteous sound pickups that Chris had laying around, and like he did the work to it, made it awesome." And I was like, "Oh, it's just kind of a shame, man." So I'm sure it's like sitting in Jesse's basement or something in his attic. I'm like, "No, why?"
Oh, you got to talk Chris into. I've been trying to get him on this channel. Like, I want
Yeah,
to talk. You know, I want to start doing more guitar related stuff on this channel, and I
yeah.
want him on this channel so bad.
He's
And
the one to talk to.
he's like, yeah, I want to come on. He confronted me first, or asked me. He's like, he wanted to be on here. And then I'm like, I keep pushing him. He's like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the thing, is he's always like I don't know what I don't know what not ready is, but he's always working on something. And Chris's brain runs 100 miles an hour all the time, and he got rid of his Instagram for some reason. So like I'm trying to keep up with him on text messaging, and I'm like the worst text messenger ever. So I'll just send him emails, be like, "Hey, what's up?" He sent me a picture today. Matter of fact, I wonder if I can. It'd probably take forever to pull it up. He just finished. He calls it his TC model. It's basically like a S type guitar, like a Strat type guitar, but this one's gold topped with P90s. Oh, it's so cool, man.
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only reason the guitar that behind me, I wanted a guitar with P90s in it,
Hmm.
and I really wanted a Gibson, Junior,
Yeah.
just
Who
with
doesn't?
one, yeah, with the one single, and I
Yeah.
played it, and I called Scott, and I was like, "I really want this guitar." It was on sale for like 400 and something dollars, Gibson, but it just didn't feel good, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It was just didn't, and then they just happened to have that one in the store.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I was like, "Wow, this feels amazing."
That's the thing. Yeah.
And I didn't buy it. And then I spent freaking like 3 months tracking one down and finally found one and bought it with but it's still not a junior. It's a hollow body with 2 P90s, but
Yeah.
the fretboard just felt so much better than that junior Les Paul did, you know?
I think that's I think that's just as important as anything else, is how the fretboard feels. Because I've got like pretty small hands comparatively, and is that a word? Comparatively, I got pretty small hands, and like I, it's so weird, man. It's a catch 22, because I like the guitar to like fight me back. So I like a big neck, but at the same time, those little necks are so comfortable.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't like about it. I think the neck was too small. I've been
Yeah.
playing my Rosa Corsa, and it's got a huge neck,
Yeah.
and, I say huge. It's huge to me. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a Slash model,
Oh
uh,
yeah, that's right. Oh, those things are big. They're like a freaking Louisville Slugger neck, man. Those things are big.
and I love it. It feels
Mhm.
great, and, I have a I don't have it up there anymore. It's in the very, very back, that fender back there,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
thing's so small, I kept bending the strings off like, not even purposely bending a string. Uh, I'd be, like, chording something, and the
All the way
string
up.
would come off the board. I'm like, "What the hell?"
Bro,
And then
I forgot you had that Slash model guitar. What's like the specs on that? Those things are badass, man. Those things are really cool.
it's got this Seymour Duncan's, it's got a 12 radius,
Oh yeah.
um, jumbo frets, it's got the orange drop, capacitors, the, tone knob.
Yeah. Well, treble bleed or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds it's those pickups sound amazing. I mean, you can put it on any amp, and it's gonna sound like Slash.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it.
That's the part I love, and the fretboard's big. Um,
That's the thing about Les Pauls, is you have to have a pretty big fretboard. Well, I do. I just like to dig in.
yeah, and like that. that Fender back there, I bought the only reason I bought it because I wanted to be able to, drop down a half step,
Yeah, yeah.
and because my first guitar ever was a Charvel Jackson,
Woo!
but you can't step it down a half because 'cause it's got the Floyd Roy at
Got
least
the
not easily.
yeah, yeah, I got the
Yeah,
locking stuff.
yeah, so I bought that, and then when I dropped it down a half, it had tens on it. I was
Oh,
everything was coming off the fretboard.
yeah, I was gonna say tens are pretty light to do some drop tuning, even
Yeah,
if
so
it's only a half step.
so I think I threw some 11s on it or some jumbo 10s or something,
Mhm.
and it was better, but,
Uh,
but
I
then,
think
so finally I bought that Rosa Corsa and put 11s on it like Slash does, and
whoa, man, that's another thing I just last year realized because for the longest time I played those power slinkies and whatever what are they? They're like 12s or something.
wow.
Um, and I was playing like 6, 7, 8 hour gigs at a time. And I played those strings since I was a kid, so I was just used to it. And then I was like, hold up, they make smaller strings, bud. Why don't you try those out? And that's since then I think where I don't know if I've got a pack sitting around, but I think they're nines, maybe even eights now. And it's does the same thing. My hands don't get wore out on those long, super long gigs, and I I never thought that was the case. I even tried some of those Billy Gibbons sevens last year, and she that was awesome. You can bend like 4 steps, 4 whole steps up. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played 9s my whole life pretty much, and then I bought that guitar and I started playing 11s on it,
Mhm.
and
Do you tune the Slash model down a half step?
yeah, it's primarily it's a half step
Mhm.
down. I mean, depends what I'm playing, but
I I personally like it a half step down. It's like the guitars respond a little uh I don't know, slinkier. But playing in the bars and stuff, all my tracks are in standard. So I'm like, it sucks. So I keep them in standard now.
well, that's what Scott does. He plays everything half step down. Like
Yeah.
all his, when he plays at a bar and it's all covers and stuff like that, he's always a half step down pretty much.
It's easier on the singer too when you're a half step down.
Yeah. Well, he is the singer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
But you know what I mean. It just
yeah.
it change it everything sounds a little bit, but then there's some songs, like, they'll record them and then they'll speed them up just a tiny bit just to get that extra little tightness,
hmm hmm
which I guess it sounds good too. Tom Petty would do that too.
Yeah. Motley Crue do that.
Saves the voice.
You're right. It's a slippery slope, man. When I was like 18, I was like, shit, man, if it sounds good a half step down, what's it sound like a whole step? And then a step and a half, and then two. So I was like out playing open mics in like C standard and stuff. But
Well, it's funny. Like, I play a lot of, power chords and stuff like that, and it sounds great and everything. And then when I have to play a song where you have to actually play a whole bunch of minor chords and stuff,
yo,
and I can't, and you have to pick through them. And I'm like, I can't pick through them. And I'm like, Scott, should I just go like down to nines? And he's like, don't do it. He's like, once you go down to nines, it's like a slippery slope, right? You go down to
yeah.
nines and you can pick it, and then and then
Then you're like, well, there's you can still go even smaller, but sooner or later
yeah, like
you're on
eventually you're down to
mandolin
like
string.
sevens.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's that famous quote that Billy Gibbons says that what was it? BB King was like, "What? Why are you working so hard? You don't need those giant strings." And then from then on, he started playing sevens, and like, holy crap,
Yeah.
that those seriously feel like a feather underneath your fingers.
Oh, nines feel like it.
Yeah. Well, if you ever do make that switch, if you start going down to eights, eights will even feel like it the first set you get.
Or was it 10 more years we'll all be playing in C like Ozzy's
Yeah, yeah.
band now.
And like 20 clicks slower too. So
Oh my gosh. So we went to I think it was Hall& and Oates. So we went to a Hall& and Oates concert at, I can't remember what the place keeps changing their name, but, it was Verizon, now it's something else.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we went
It
to
used to be Lakewood, right? Lakewood.
no, that's somewhere else, but yeah,
No.
this is in Alpharetta.
Okay.
So we go there, we watch Hall& and Oates, and, like, the girls wanna dance. It's Hall& and Oates,
Right.
and,
Right.
like,
The man
Stacy and
eater.
my friend's wife's dancing, they're like, "Wait a minute, something's wrong here." They're, like, half speed, and then we all realized all their music live is, like, lot slower than the radio.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lot slower.
Well, that also like that's a testament to them actually playing the songs. Like a lot of those bands don't do that. A lot of them do the backing tracks thing, and as bad as because all those old bands are my favorites, man. Like I'm on a Kiss kick right now. I'm reading Paul Stanley's book, but there are so many videos on YouTube of them like using backing tracks and lip syncing. Like, oh man, that sucks, man.
Right.
But at least Hall and Oates are still playing the songs.
Yeah.
Eh.
That's true. It was a little bit slower, they weren't dancing to it, but
What there for a while I was like trying to learn 17 by Winger, but I couldn't get it up to speed. So my buddy was like, "That's okay, man. You can start playing it at the nursing home and call it 7T."
Oh my god. Oh, that's what
uh,
instead of puff puff pass, they say like they was it the Mylanta? They're like swig swig pass.
Metamucil something.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's gonna be us one day. We shouldn't laugh about that. Oh man,
Oh, that's awesome.
awesome.
Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't get the audio on your single to play, but we'll edit that out. And
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
I don't know
I'm
what the heck happened. I didn't change a thing, so I don't know why it didn't work. But
Did you hear it on your end? Maybe it was only meant for like a private you get to rock by, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was rocking out to it. It was badass.
Like I finished that song in like November of last year and I was like put it out in December, bro. But then I listened to it and the way it comes in I was like, no, man, that's how you start the year. That's how you start everything. Into that big rock riff, man. So I had to write a Christmas song so I could save that one
Dude,
for January.
that song was freaking badass. I don't know how you come up with it. Like that's what Jonathan and I were talking about. Jonathan Robinson. We were talking about you. Like you, I don't know how you do it. How do you do it?
I don't know, man. I think of like bands that I would want to listen to and try to do what they would do. I don't know, man. I'm not a poet and I'm not a very good like singer, but I can write riffs all day long. So writing the lyrics and writing a vocal melody is the longest part for me. But and coming up with a cool hook, man, like damn, something that will stick in somebody's head. What is it in Treat Me Like Your Man? It's like you know my name and my phone number's the same, whatever it is. I'm like, damn, bro. If somebody were to say that to me, like, whoo, okay, I'll call you.
But how do you come up with the lyrics? Do
It
you
just it just happens. I come up with a melody first. I'll hum a melody to whatever riff I've laid. Usually it goes riff, drums, bass, and then I've got to. Sometimes it goes riff, guitar solo, bass, drums, um, and even sometimes it goes guitar solo then riff. But I'll lay it all down and then I'll just like because I hang out back here like all the time, right? It's me and the dogs, and we'll just hang out while Cody's watching TV or whatever, and I'll just play it on repeat and try to find a melody, and then from there find that melody, try to find some lyrics that don't sound too corny, too like on the nose. The secret is writing lyrics the way that you would actually talk because it's kind of gotta be believable, I guess.
see? That's my problem. I want to be able to write something with what I'm thinking in my head, but I can't figure out how to write that
Just
in
do
a
that.
song.
Just do that. Just write down how whatever's in your head, man. I keep them on a notepad here.
I mean,
Like,
do you worry about rhyme and stuff like that, or
I mean, not on the initial run, not on the, sometimes yes, but on the initial run, it's like, just trying to get it out. Like, I'm working on a country song right now, another country song, and I had heard somebody say this line that like stuck with me. It was like, um, I don't I don't mind I don't mind you playing games with me, but you're gonna have to let me win every once in a while. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I came in here and started playing with that, and it turned into a country song about basically it's like a woman doing you wrong, but it sounds like you're talking about playing cards. And well, let's try to find a good.
that's
Um,
pretty cool.
I mean, it's what it is. I guess.
Well, what's easier, like I would think the chorus is probably the easiest part, right? The verse is going to be the hardest, right?
I don't know, man. For me, it's the opposite because the chorus is like the most important part. You want everybody to sing that chorus back to you. By the time you get to the second chorus, you want them to already know the chorus, right? You want them to sing it back to you, or at least have it stuck in their head, so they'll be like, "Oh, damn, what is that?" Blah 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 blah. Oh, that's Jon Wan's new song, right? So the chorus, I put a lot of pressure on myself to write a decent chorus, which doesn't always happen. Doesn't always happen. Um, Like this one says, by the time I get to feeling high, the deck's been stacked against me. Good red wine's been swapped for poison whiskey, and I don't mind you playing games with this man, but I sure am tired of losing every hand. So like, and it's got a catchy little melody. So maybe when that one comes out, somebody will be able to sing it back to me. I don't
So
know.
that's like your verse.
Well, that's the chorus, I
Oh, that
guess.
is chorus. Okay,
No. So I always try to get the catchy stuff in the chorus, and if you can get some catchy stuff in the verse, then it's a bonus,
right,
a plus one or whatever.
right. That's
Writing
awesome.
songs, writing songs is hard. This is the first time like I haven't had like a writing partner or somebody to bounce ideas off of. It's always been like me and Ray, or me, Ray and Todd, or me and my friend Drew. Um, and I've never ever been in charge of the lyrics. I might contribute a lyric here and there, but I've never been like. I've always wanted to be like, what's the dynamic? I always wanted to be the guitar player that doesn't sing, like Joe Perry or like Slash or like Ace Frehley on the first record, you know.
Right.
So I don't know, man. That's always what I wanted to be, like just the guitar player. And I just kind of got thrown into being the front man too. And I have the personality to be a front man. It's tough. It's real tough.
Right. Well, this has been awesome, man. Anything else you want to plug or anything? We got to talk about socials. You want to talk about uh anything? Website, music,
I need to build a website. I've been
Cody.
thinking about that. Cody's doing great. I'm surprised that she hasn't come back here. Sometimes when she knows I'm doing something cool like this, she'll like pop her head in and just say hello. But she took her pills, so she's probably sleeping. Honestly, but yeah, I've been thinking about building a website. That would be cool. So if you anybody out there, or if you Chris know how to build a website,
I
let me
don't.
know. Let me know. That'd be cool. Somewhere to how's that other than Instagram, because that's the only thing I have is Instagram, you know, and I can only reach so many people on there.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, you're way too talented to we need to get you out there, man.
You're gonna make my head explode, man.
Your music is like really good. I
Thanks,
mean,
man.
I know you're humble and everything, but your music's really good.
Well, I just hear like all these other people doing it, and like I know that I'm like late to the game, and there's all these other local bands that are just kicking ass and taking names. And I'm almost 40 years old, man. I want to do that one more time. I just want to get up in there one more time and
But you're
see.
doing it by yourself, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and you're still putting one out a month and it's
Mhm.
kick ass. There's
Yeah.
nothing, you know what I mean? You're not putting
Yeah.
out there was nothing bad in that whole entire album.
Oh, I don't know. There were some stinkers in there that I didn't absolutely love,
They weren't
but
bad. They weren't bad.
thanks,
I've seen some
man.
professional bands have worse, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like it wasn't the spaghetti incident, so I guess they went on that.
That's all covers. It can't be that
Yeah,
bad.
that's true. That's true.
There's a couple of Down on the Farm. I love that song.
Down on the Farm was awesome. I actually liked Since I Don't Have You. It took me like 15 years of listening to it, but now I like it.
Yeah. Down on the Farm is my favorite. A New Rose. New
Yeah.
Rose is badass.
Speaking of GNR, you know what I've been listening to recently? It's not the first time I've listened to this, like by any means, but I've been going back and listening to the first. I think it's the first Use Your Illusion one. Is that the one that's got Garden of Eden on it and like Dust and Bones, bro? That's underrated. I don't see how that record gets so much hate. That might be the second one, actually.
I get them. To be honest, the two of them, I can't tell you what's on which one.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you just treat them like a double album,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't see how that gets so much hate. There's some good stuff on there.
Get in the Ring's pretty good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's not anything really bad. It's just people hate it because it's not Appetite, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
they
how you gonna?
unfortunately they had the best album like out of anybody,
Oh,
just
bro.
about. I mean, Metallica's Black album's pretty
Uh,
damn good too, though.
Best debut record ever, man. There was something magic on that album.
Yeah.
Also, Izzy Stradlin was still in the band for Use Your Illusion, but his guitar tracks are nowhere to be found. And you can hear it. You can hear that Slash is the only one doing guitars, and it kind of takes some of the bounce. You know what I'm saying? They played well off of each other. Keith and Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? Slash and Izzy.
Well, Izzy was on that tour for a hot
Mm-hmm.
minute, and
And
then he left the band in that
yeah,
tour.
he sang Dust and Bones too. So
Yeah, I don't know.
where's Izzy?
His solo stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, it is, man. My buddy Drew had a CD of his solo stuff, and bro, Izzy Stradlin's badass.
And then his other what's the other one? The Izzy Stradlin, was it the Greyhounds or the Bloodhounds or
Yeah,
the something?
was
I
the
can't
great.
remember.
Yeah, I think it's the Greyhounds. I could be wrong,
Yeah, it's pretty good though. But yeah, we can go on GNR tangent all day long.
bro. That should be its own channel, right? Chris and Jon Wan talk about GNR, and then like Chris and Jon Wan talk about Aerosmith, and Chris and Jon Wan talk about Kiss. And
Fanboys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's awesome.
That's funny.
Cool.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you being on here. Check
Thanks for having
John's
me.
stuff out on Instagram and Spotify and where else you at?
That's it. Wherever you're listening to music, you can stream my new record. It's called The Bluebird. It's on iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify. Follow me on Spotify. I'm really trying to get my Spotify followers up. It's crazy. I got like 250,000 something streams, but I got like 40 followers. So like, what's up with that? And like, follow me on Instagram too if you want to see where I'm playing at. This Friday night, I'll be at Ping's Grill in Toccoa and Toccoa, Georgia. And then Saturday night, I'll be at the Lucky Jar in Anderson, South Carolina. So, follow me on Instagram if you want to see that. It's at the Mothership Studios. And Chris, oh my God, you're so awesome, man. Thanks for letting me do this. This is so cool. A guitar player's favorite thing to talk about is first himself and second some gear. And we got to talk about both of those in this past hour.
That's right. I'd throw that in there. I can't play it apparently, but I can show your stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Treat Me Like Your Man is streaming now, and Ghost Surreal came out on my YouTube today for some reason. I don't really know, but you can find it the first Friday of February. But
I should
yeah,
have had that keyed up. I wish you told me that beforehand. I would have keyed that up and
I
everything.
wish I had known. I wish I had known. For some reason, I don't know why I said it to come to YouTube today, but I guess I did.
Okay. Cool. All right, man. We'll have to do this again. shortly, and I'm going to be starting a new series where I interview guitarists and bands,
Yeah.
and you'll be one, and I'm hoping to get some other big names out there. So um, I don't want to say the name because it's a pretty big name, and he said he wanted to be on here, but hopefully he'll be on here. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for that. And if it's awesome, I want to co-host that one just to pick his brain.
okay,
You're
all right, man.
the man.
All right, thank you for being on here, and we'll see you on the other side. And thanks for watching, and go straight home.